welcome to the inside of the Audi e-tron. So to start the car, foot on brake, so foot on brake down here, so you've only got two pedals because it's basically an automatic, except you don't have a gearbox in this car because it's electric motor. So start button is just down here, so we press the button once and it brings my seat forward, wing mirrors fold out, dashboard lights up, the MMI navigation system is starting, and the screen down below with the climate control is starting. You just turn this radio off. So you can see this is the main screen that would come up, and you can hit then the home button, which would bring this up if you're on a different setting. You've got normal controls like radio, you've got your media, which will connect up to a mobile telephone. So you can see this is actually connecting up to my iPhone at the moment, if it actually works. Let's see if it works. It seems a bit intermittent at times, I have to say. It's connected a few times, other times it's kind of given up the ghost. But it's having a think, so not to worry. Okay, so you can see it comes onto my telephone, so I can do everything you can do in a normal car, listen to my voicemail, go through my contacts, dial a phone number, comes through the speakers just as you would expect. It's got full Apple CarPlay, but you don't actually need to plug a cable in. So in my RS3, I have to plug a cable into the base here, but on this, I don't need to. So I can just hit CarPlay, and you can see it come straight up on the screen. Okay, so dashboard, very nice layout, all flat, and you know, really looks expensive. This is your rev counter, if you like, over on this side here. So when you're accelerating, if you accelerate hard, it goes up to 100%. If you're in S mode, so if I put it into drive, so that's in drive, it's at 100%. But then if I go to S, it comes up to boost. Rather nice features. I like the way that the dials work. Speedometer over here. Obviously you've got your temperature gauge, limit in the area, your speed limit for road signs, and then you've got your range over here. This has got I believe, a 96 kilowatt battery, so a really big battery pack, but it weighs so much weight, so it will only really do around 200 miles. I found on my charger at home, which is a Zappi charger, I was getting, this was topping up to about 189, so it would probably go just over 200 if you're lucky and the temperature's right outside. But it seems to not have much of a fall off overnight, unlike, say, the Tesla with Sentry, which is doing all the videos all around it, its alarm systems and its electronics. That actually uses a fair amount on an overnight basis. You normally see a few percent knocked off. If you've got Sentry working and there's many events, many people walking around outside it, and it's videoing, it will actually use quite a considerable amount more. This doesn't seem to go down very much, so overnight I've lost nothing. That was the same yesterday when I parked it at 4 o'clock. It's exactly the same now. Okay, so you can also change things on the steering wheel. So you've got your view button here, which changes over your display. So at the moment there's nothing in the center, but I can change this, so I can put Apple CarPlay in the center. I can have my map in the center, which is rather nice, but I can then also have my map on the screen if I wanted down here. So you can see there's a map on the screen there. I can also change it across. I can have Audi functionality here, time and date, and then if I scroll down using this wheel here, you can see I've got other things that are set as well. So I can see the range of the car, the consumption, I can see its short-term trip computer memory, longer-term memory, and the driver assist. So obviously this will self-steer in the event of an issue. It's not got autopilot like on a Tesla, but it is a good system. So you can configure this to however you want it. There's also other settings you can go into on the main screen, and you can chop and change things as you wish. But it's pretty intuitive. Things over here, you've got your lighting, quite nice. These are all sort of touch. You can see on the screen as I just literally rest my finger on it, you can see it comes up, because these are basically touch controls, but they're haptic. So on everything on these screens, unlike in, say, a Tesla Model 3, you've got haptic controls. So if I press it, you'll hear it maybe click. And it's got that feedback that vibrates the screen, just like in a Tesla, which is really rather nice. You've also got things like online updates for your mapping, exactly the same as in a Tesla. You can also swap your displays, so you can bring your displays up and down should you wish to. So I've got my main display here, but I can also go home and I can, okay, it hasn't got my home address in it, but I can also go turn this screen above off and I can swap things around. Quite a clever system. I do like it. You've got Audi Drive Select just down here, so this brings up the vehicle, shows the height. This particular car has air suspension. So I've pressed P, which you can see highlighted just on the side here. So if I did your parking brake, and that then shows up on the screen, and you can see I'm in the drive mode I'm in is all road and it's ready to go. If I pull this backwards, I've now gone into D. If I press it back again, it puts me into sport, and you can see the power meter then goes up to give me 100% battery. If I press it all the way forward, I've gone into reverse and my rear camera has just fired up, and then I can go 3D on this if I want to, so I can see my car there, and I can then shift all around on the screen, which I think is really great. I've got to say, this is a big car, and it's actually it's enabled me to do some quite tight spots and parking. You can see my parking here. Great piece of parking, but I am in a car park, so I can get away with it. I can get really into any space, and I can see very accurately how far something is from behind me, which you can in, say, a Tesla or a Mercedes, but this is just so intuitive. I really do like it. I can also set the distance between the doors to see exactly what's going on. I can have my map here as well as this. The configuration is huge. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Audi has really thought about it extremely well. So back of the car is very, very roomy. You've got big glove boxes. This part here in the centre is a little bit odd. So this is always open. I do feel there should be a cover across, one of those sort of, I think they're called Venetian shutters, like an almost sort of shutter you push over, like in the old Mercedes W210s you used to see, things like that in the old S-Class. This is a phone charger. My phone's actually in a huge power bank, so it won't charge, but just put it in there and it charges. Quite a nice touch. 12-volt socket, very nice to see. Cup holder, I'm testing it out as you can see. Chucking all my keys in here. Cup holders are okay. You've got a little Venetian vent down below, but just not on top. It just feels a bit, they wanted to be space age and sort of eco and I don't know, I think it needs something. I think I maybe we'll be putting a lid in here. But air conditioning is very good in here, works pretty well. One thing that really annoys me is I don't appear to be set the air conditioning off when I'm outside the car. Maybe you can on the app. I haven't got the app running on my phone. I need to have a look at that. I'm not quite sure. Headlights, very good in this car. Not as good as a Tesla. They are, they just don't throw as far. But it's a nice machine. But it's big. It's really, really big. So, I don't know. The drive-wise, the car drives pretty well, but it's, you know, it drives like an Audi, but it's big. It's a really, really big machine. If I get outside, you can see how big this thing is. I mean, it's huge. I actually have to think very carefully about where I'm going to drive it, with width restrictions. You can see it's got the daylight running lights on it. You can hear the fans whirring away. And it's got this kind of funny mouth at the front of it. It's kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't know if it's happy, it doesn't know if it's sad, it's just an E-tron. I kind of feel the E-tron, I was expecting more from it. But I do love this. I've got it in park, and I have got the ignition on, it won't work. I need to turn the ignition off. Boot is a remote boot, huge boot. Overall, great car. Would I buy one? No, I don't think I would. Not at 70,000. Nice, and I wish Tesla had this quality. But I kind of prefer the Tesla, which is weird for me to say. If Tesla could get this quality and give the option of leather and use a few of the interior items that they've got, just simple stuff like the gear select. I love having my wipers here. Maybe I'm just traditional with Porsche and with Audis that I've had and I still have. I think I would prefer this to be something different.